It's officially marathon season in Chicago, the Chicago Marathon, a week from Sunday. And yeah, you got to get ready. Hopefully you've done the work on the road. And now it's a matter of tweaking and preparing for the big day. Rochelle Trotter is with us, a veteran marathoner. And don't you look very runner-friendly today?
Yes, I'm wearing my Kingdom Running Club running gear. This is what I run all of my races in. I run for charity.
Fantastic.
It's so important. The most important thing to do relative to preparing for a marathon is practicing your fuel, your pre-marathon fuel, what you actually consume while you're on the road, and then your post-marathon fuel.
All right, let's start with the pre-game routine. We always hear about carbo load. Is that still in vogue?
Not so much, because the mistake most people make, Corey, is they actually carbo load the night before the race, and they haven't started to build up their glycol store prior to that. I like to recommend to my runners, whether it's Kingdom Running Club or whatever, that you start to carbo load about 2 weeks beforehand in terms of just slightly increasing the amount of carbs that are in your diet, increasing carbs and good fats, avocados, things of that sort. And then the night before, you actually eat a meal of something that you've practiced. Traditionally, pasta with a red sauce, some sort of vegetables. You don't want to have a lot of fiber in your system the night before.
Okay.
Or if you're gluten-free like me, then you might want to go with something like polenta or quinoa with low protein that has chicken, tomatoes, and spinach on it. That's the night before.
How about the morning of?
The morning of, I tell all of my runners, get up 3 hours beforehand, set your clock, practice it before the race, and eat your full breakfast. That is primarily carbs. So I like to do like a blueberry, gluten-free bagel with some almond butter, and an egg and orange juice. Huge source of natural great carbs. If I feeling a little queasy and I can't get that much down, then I just get some applesauce and sprinkle cinnamon on it, which is amazing. And then I get a banana and dip it in what's called chia seeds, which is an unbelievable source of protein.
You have every angle covered. You're amazing.
Seriously, so that's what you do the morning of, and this is like 3 hours beforehand. Then right before you run, and then getting into your run, you're doing the bananas, you're doing your fuels. You have to. The most important thing is carbs before the race, electrolyte and carbs during the race. Electrolytes are like those gels that you see people using. I don't do that. I make my own just with honey and water, and then I use some sort of fruit for the carbs. So
how do you eat? How does that work? I mean,
you're running and you put it in these little packets like this, and you eat as you run. But again, this is why you have to practice this before you get on the road, right? And then I get my other electrolytes with little salt tablets instead of doing those sports drinks. And the most important thing is to recover. On the back end, once you're finished, you have to get a 4-to-1 carb protein ratio in your body within an hour for your muscles to start. Greek yogurt with granola or chocolate milk. Again, I don't do dairy, and so I have chocolate almond milk, chocolate coconut water, amazing for electrolyte replacement. It's unbelievable. Or you can make your own little bars, like I made these
like you do.
Can you taste that? If you like coconut and almonds, you'll love that bar. I made it last night. But here's a hat. You won't put it on your head, will you? Go Chicago Marathon, October 13th.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Look
Good
for us
tips
out
here.
there.
I like it.
Look for us out there. The most important thing, practice before the race.
All right.
Don't try anything new race day.
Rochelle Trotter, how many marathons have you done?
I've done 23. My goal is by the age of 50 to do 1 marathon or half marathon in each of the 50 states. I've raised just under $250,000 for charity. I only run for charity.
Keep it going. Rochelle Trotter, she does it all. We're going to break up next here on Good Day. What kind of perks do you get at work? Well, probably not these. We're going to introduce you to a company offering chef-made meals.
I love that.
And massages.
Hey now.